Mishna Zayin. לאחר שלמדנו מהמשנה הקודמת, after we learned in the previous Mishnah, שמדיות יוצאות פרופות, that the מדיות can put a coin or a stone in themselves, and Arias immediately noticed, he says, what is this? A coin? They're carrying money on Shabbat. A stone? That's not allowed on Shabbat. מוסיפן משנתנו ללמד בעניין פריפה בשבת. Our Mishnah is going to continue and tell us, I know you have questions. I know you don't understand this prufot thing. So first of all, the garment is allowed. And also the way they tie it with a stone or money might also be allowed. Let's see. וכבר ביארנו לעיל במשנה הקודמת, we already explains, שפריפה הינו חיבור שתי שפתי הטלית סביב לצוואר. It is we're going to take the two corners of the garment, of the talit, and we're going to tie them together around the neck. ששפתה אחת עשויה כמין הניבד, there's a loop on one side of the garment, ובשפתה האחרת קשורה אבן קטנה, and in the other side there's a small stone, או אגוז, או רנת, וכיוצא בזה המשמשת כאין כפתור. And it's used like a button to put around it. פורפת האישה את טליתה, so it says the woman ties her talit על האבן, on the stone, ועל האגוז, and on the nut, and one more thing, ועל המטבע, and on money. She can use a coin. She can have a coin and do it with money also. כלומר, שקושרת היא בשפת טליתה, she can tie on the edge of her talit, אבן או אגוז או מטבע, any one of these three kinds, a stone, a nut, or a coin, ופורפת עליה את העניבה העשויה בשפה השנייה של טליתה, and then she use it as a button and a loop to tie it down, ויוצאה כך בשבת, and she goes out like this on Shabbat, it says, ובלבד, and as long, שלא תפרוף לכתחילה בשבת. This is as long as she doesn't do it on Shabbat. She makes the garment on Shabbat. Let's see. בגמרא מבואר, in the Gemara it explains, שפסקה זו מוסבה למטבע בלבד. It says, over here we're discussing the coin itself. She's not allowed to tie, for example, she goes to her cabinet, where she gets up in the morning and she says, I want the blue one today. So she takes the blue garment and then she puts the egos and she ties it up. That she's allowed to. She is allowed to do it with the stone also and tie it up on Shabbat.
But not the coin.
But not the coin on Shabbat. The coin, we don't allow Shabbat. In other words, if the coin was already tied in the garment on Friday, go ahead, use it. But you're not allowed to tie the coin on Shabbat. We're going to see soon why. Soon why. And the stone, it's also muktzeh. It's also muktzeh. So we're going to see the difference. We'll have to understand what's the difference between the stone and the money. Both of them are muktzeh. Both of them are not allowed on Shabbat. Both of them. שלא תפרוך לכתחילה הואיל ואסור לטלטלו בשבת משום מוקצה, because you're not allowed to move it on Shabbat because of muktzeh, the coin. And what about the stone? Stone, same thing. אלא שאם היא פרופה על המטבע, but if it was already strung, the coin was already in the garment, מערב שבת, מותר לצאת בה. ואף על פי שגם אבן אסורה בטלטול, hey, but also a stone is muktzeh, not only a coin is muktzeh. What about the stone? משום מוקצה, מדובר כאן באבן שהיא יחידה לפריפה. Over here we're talking about a stone that she has in her, specifically made this stone, she already put it aside for this use. And what about the coin? Maybe she's put it aside for this use. Same thing, same logic. And the stone also. No, but it's a button. For her, it's a button. It's made for the use. But it's good thinking. Because the coin is always for payment. You can't take it out of payment.
Oh, for payment.
It's always.
Even if she take it out, then she can pay somebody.
I know.
Stone, she can pay.
I don't care what she did to the. If she completely made it part of the garment, then it becomes part of the garment. It's tied down into the garment. But as long as it's not part of the garment, she can go and buy things with it. It's always muktzeh. This stone became a button. The coin, only if it's in the garment, is a garment. If it's not in the garment, she can pay. She can pay with it. It's much more strict. Therefore, we don't let it to do it in Shabbat.
It's wonder why they don't say, and you cannot use avnei chen that have value. In other words, she can take the even chen, but she pays somebody.
That's jewelry. That's jewelry.
But she can pay. She can tell the guy, you know what, I don't have money, but here is my stone.
We're not worried about it. It's not used for money. It's used for jewelry. You can say that for any earrings. It's made of gold. Nobody uses it as money. This is used as money. It's called metaltalin. You know, metaltalin means it's something that you use for business. This is not. Nobody sells the ring on the street. Oh, I don't have enough food. Here, take my ring.
The fact that the ability that she can sell it does not make it.
That's right. It has to be real market price.
Because you can take it out from that money market, the coin.
That's right. Money, very good.
Whatever you want to do.
It's good. Very good. Unless it's tied in the garment. So let's take an example, a modern day example. I'm sure they used it in the Wild West. They used to have golden coins in the Wild West, right? So if you sewed the golden coin into your boot, it was sewed into the boot, it looks like you're allowed to wear it on Shabbos. But it was put in a pocket in a book, or there was a clasp, and it was this, then we were not allowed to something like that, think about it. שיחדה לפריפה, שגון זה ראויה לטלטול, ולכן מותר לפרוף בה לכתחילה בשבת. So therefore in the stone it becomes a button. It's not a stone anymore for her, it becomes a button, therefore she is allowed to. But a coin is always a coin, and therefore we will not allow it with a coin. We're not afraid she's going to. So that's why if it was there on Friday night, it was already in the what do you call it? I tell you what the problem. On Shabbat, when she picks it up, and the stone,
because it's kesef.
It's also money. Stone. This is only a button. That's it. She made it into a button, and now it's only a button. There's no other use for it. It's a stone. It's only a button. But the money, she cannot use it. As soon as she picks it up, the Chachamim are saying, on Shabbat, don't pick it up because you can use it for money. That's it. The stone can only be used as a button.
But what they gain, even if she put it in as a button before Shabbos, she can still pay on Shabbos for this.
You're not afraid she's going to pay on Shabbos with this.
It's just that you can't touch it on Shabbos.
It's exactly the same thing. I know.
So that thing make it a button suddenly. Because she prepared before Shabbos, now did she change it from a coin to a button?
Let's make it. I don't know if you've ever seen it. You might have seen it. You remember Krugerrand? Yeah. You know Krugerrand. Krugerrand is a South African gold. People use it. It's a golden coin. People use it as jewelry, right? Necklaces. If you put the Krugerrand inside a necklace today for a woman on Shabbat, there's a Krugerrand inside the necklace. That's the question, right? Yeah. There's a Krugerrand into the necklace, so it looks like it's melted. It's sitting like with a jewelry. A jeweler did it. So as you go out with it on Shabbat, no problem. Why? It's already a necklace. It's part of a necklace. What about if it has like a seat and you click it in? It clicks in. So,
not a permanent.
So if it was clicked in Friday night, you will be allowed to go with it out on Shabbat. But on Shabbat, you're not allowed to take those Krugerrand and click it in. You're not allowed to click it in. That's the difference. But if it was just a stone over there, you're allowed to click the stone in.
What you're saying is, it's because she does it Erev Shabbos, it become to be part of the beged.
It is
part
of the
It become to be a button. But if she do it on Shabbos, she can't even touch the coin.
That's right.
She can't do it.
That's right. A button, the stone button, always remains a stone button. It never becomes something else.
Yeah.
It always only stays that becomes money.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a stone, sometimes it's a button, sometimes it's money. Therefore, you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's more money than a stone.
And it's more money than jewelry.